never, ever call wedding vendors before a wedding. Between 2 and 5 p.m, they are out on a weekend. Anyway, I decided, because I'm a chronic people pleaser and I saw the school pop up on my phone 20 minutes before the bride was going to walk down the aisle, that I should answer the phone. It's day 3 of kindergarten.
Oh, no.
I know. And apparently my son was holding chickens upside down.
What?
I know.
What do you mean?
And the teacher said the chickens aren't looking good. I'm like, do I need to replace the chicken?
What? Real chickens?
Yes.
What do you mean? So these kids, these 5 and 6-year-olds, have access to real chickens and they can hold them upside down?
They can just hold them, hug them.
And he was holding them upside down?
And I called my husband and I said, look, Max, I'm at a wedding. Don't probe. Don't ask questions where you're going to get an answer that you want. Just have an open, friendly discussion about how the chickens are going at school. And Max asked my son and he said, I was just trying to do the bird show.
Oh, the zoo. That's really sweet.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
My friend Chris presents the bird service show at the zoo. That was hard to say.
Welcome to Left On Weddit.
Adam here.
And Georgia over here.
We've done everything to plan your wedding and now it's time to hear about them.
We have left out nothing, and now we dive into the deep, dark world of Reddit threads.
We've got your horror stories, wedding dramas, and everything in between.
We've rebranded ourselves as experts.
Welcome
to Left On Weddit.
I don't want to pump you up too much, but the story that I have for you is the most insane story that I have ever read on Reddit.
You're not pumping me up. You're pumping your storytelling finding ability up. So
It's insane.
Is inflated. Let's do this.
Do you want me to begin with it, or would you like to wait to hear this insane story?
Did you bring popcorn or?
Today I f***ed up by accidentally having sex with my cousin at a family wedding. So this happened about 18 months ago, or somewhere in the vicinity of 18 to 20 months. I still get flack from this from both family and friends. The setting is my uncle's wedding. It's around autumn, and my uncle, by my mother's side, from an exceptionally large family, this is important, is getting married for the second time. My family is quite large. My mother has 3 brothers and 5 sisters, all with children of their own, and some even with children of their own now. The wedding isn't what I would describe as large, pretty much encompassing just family and close friends. All in all, there can't be more than 50 or 60 people there. And around 60%, that's just a rough estimate, or so, are related by blood to me. They make up the majority is what I'm trying to say, and many are spread over whom I have only briefly met, or in some cases never met. Well, you can see where this is going. For reference, I would be around mid-17 in this story, with the age of consent in the country being 16. He's in the UK. The girl, who we shall call Isla, is about 22 or 23. Georgia has not dropped her gas from the start of this story. Well, at the reception, I'm having a good time with my sister, parents, and cousins. Dancing, heavily indulging in drinking, just generally enjoying myself, as is rare for large family gatherings for us for obvious reasons. A girl I don't recognise began to dance with me on the very crowded dance floor. She's older than me clearly, but I thought she's maybe 19 or 20. Anyway, we start dancing, touching, etc. She twerks on me a little, I grind a bit, and presume nobody noticed due to accumulated intoxication and crowdedness around where we were. One thing leads to another, we start kissing and she asks me if I want to go upstairs, which I correctly take to mean her room in the hotel. I, of course, being a homelanded teenage boy, which I still am, jump at the opportunity to say yes. I should say this wasn't my first time or anything, and by this point I carried condoms around in my wallet when I went out and knew I would be drinking. So proceed to discreetly, or so I think, take our leave, both drunk, obviously, but not to the point of not being in control of our own actions or stumbling around, blackout, etc. I get to her room, a bit of excited talk, and clothes come off. All is going well. Now, I should say that all this time I'm assuming this girl is a relative or perhaps friend of the bride. Oh boy, I was in for a shock, because as it turns out, she thought the same thing of me. As we're cleaning up, so to speak, we begin a little small talk when before had mostly just been purely sexual. She eventually asks how I know the bride. I stop, thunderstruck, the realization slowly creeping up on me, and the horror. I laugh it off, hoping in vain she is joking, and state I am the son of, insert my mother's name. The shock is palpable on who I then realized as my cousin's face as she was putting her bra back on. She sorts of freaks out and says she's the estranged daughter of one of my uncles who's had a troubled life, whom she had very recently reconnected with. I did not know this. We essentially collectively let out a fuck. From there, we got dressed quickly and decided to never reveal this major cock up to a soul and hope to God we had not been noticed. We decided it would be best if she were to leave first and that I would follow around 5 to 10 minutes later. Well, I do. She leaves first and I just kind of stand around the hallway on my phone, freaking out for a short while until I decide enough time has passed to erode suspicion. Well, first thing I see when I get down is the look of pure disappointment on my mother's face, the stupid grin on my father's face, and half my cousin's faces and my sister looking in disgust as though she was watching a particularly repulsive sea slug. One of my cousins, who I am close to, pats me on the back, shaking his head and laughing his absolute head off. I know I am defeated and then quietly take a seat, expecting the utter bollocking I will later receive from my family. My elderly 90-year-old grandmother was there, and words not quiet. I didn't see either or her father again. That reception and later found out she told him and he took her home, not to the hotel she had booked by way of taxi. Oh yeah, I accidentally took part in, protected, thank God, incest. It is brought up at every, and I mean every family gathering. A couple of my cousins have taken to playing Sweet Home Alabama and asking when the next date is whenever I enter the room. After soberly explaining to my parents it was an accident and I fully believe she was not a relative, like they should have questioned it, they were okay-ish with it, but still disappointed and annoyed a little. My father asked me how I'd failed to notice Isla, apparently, sat literally the row behind us, and I had no answer. I got to work on my observation skills, I guess. Not only do my family still tease me, but my friends found out from my sister within days, and I've been relentlessly teased by them at social gatherings since. So you can imagine how my cousin incest Alabama jokes daily. I am ashamed to this day, even more because she's an objectively attractive woman. As one might imagine, the limited interactions we've had since have been extremely strange and awkward, not helped by my dickhead cousins. There is another big family wedding coming up this summer, and since the announcement, the incident has, as it's come to known, as has been all this been discussed without my hearing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the roller coaster. If you have any questions, feel free. And once again, do forgive the surely egregious formatting as I'm popping my Reddit virginity with this story, not actual virginity, which I'm encouraged to post anonymously by my friends to make them laugh as much as you did.
Do, 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 do. Oh my God. What was the title? Are we asking him if he's an asshole?
No, the title was Today I up by accidentally having sex with my cousin at a family wedding. I mean, okay. There's a lot to unpack here. And that was a long story, but I feel like it was necessary.
Should we tell the people that they're allowed to marry their cousin?
You can marry your first cousin in Australia. That actually is legal. Okay, he's a 17-year-old boy and his family making fun of him. He didn't know. I mean, yes. We also should take into account, and he said it himself, 60% of the people at this wedding were related to him by blood, and he didn't go to check like, oh, fun dancing. Hey, you're not my cousin, are you?
He's hormonal.
I know.
And it's not his first time.
I feel really sorry for him.
Do you?
Yes.
Why?
He's a 17-year-old boy. They both made a mistake. They were excited. They should have talked about it beforehand.
Why didn't someone step in when they were twerking and grinding on each other?
And not noticing what was going
but
on.
They did.
Oh
because when he came back down, they all knew. Why wouldn't you leave? Just go.
Yeah.
Don't face the music. It's not good music.
Well, he didn't know. He thought walking downstairs, they had a plan, Georgia. They had a plan.
And it was such a bad plan.
I know. I like that she also immediately went down and they were like, he's like, let's never share this cock up to a soul. She immediately goes and tells her father, I just had sex with my cousin. My 17-year-old cousin.
He did the responsible thing and took his daughter home.
Well, it's already done. She didn't need to go home. Why? They made a mistake. Who hasn't had sex with their cousin before?
I think
by mistake.
Really?
By the way, I also like that he goes, how at the end he's saying, she's an objectively attractive woman. Okay, mate, let's just take it. You need to start backpedaling at this point, not digging your heels in.
Wow.
I know.
I like that their family are not mad. a little bit disappointed, but they can still make a joke out of it. That Sweet Home Alabama reference is a
it's
lovely.
mean.
It is very
It's
mean, but it's a
bullying.
nice way to make light of what he's done.
I know, make light of what, but I think you do have to still recognize that he's a young man and that he made a mistake and that they all sort of need to move on
I
from
do
it. It's a
need
bit
to
mean
pull
what
you
they're
up
doing.
on this because every single Reddit thread we've ever read is a mistake. Okay. So
Yes.
you cannot say that everyone makes mistakes.
Anyway, and this little boy was me. No, I'm joking. And this was my cousin. No, it wasn't me. I swear to God, it wasn't me.
It would be hard to know who's a relative and who's not, though.
What? I know all my relatives.
I know all my cousins too.
Maybe there was like, it's like when they say like, siblings like who never meet each other, they have this like energy and instant attraction to each other because they know, like before they know their siblings, like I felt this energy and vibe, but it's like because there's love there as a sibling. Maybe that's what they were feeling because they were
beautiful.
from the same family. It was a familial love, not a sexual love, and then they just found out the wrong way. Good on him for carrying condoms in his wallet.
I like that. That was really, really
That's great.
ambitious of you to take that to a family's wedding.
Yes, actually, one of the top comments, by the way,
When 60%
yeah,
is
I
going
know.
to
He's
be
like,
relatives.
"Well, no, I get like you're the cousin." One of the top comments is, "In my experience, family gatherings are a great place to meet people."
Now that these two cousins have set up, I wonder if they should bring a +1 because I've got a story. Would I be the asshole for bringing a +1, my girlfriend, to my friend's wedding? This one got me heated. So the backstory is that my buddy, he's getting married. He told me previously to not tell people about the wedding because he doesn't want a ton of people coming. So naturally, I didn't tell any of my other friends and I just invited my girlfriend. My girlfriend is in a sorority and had to go through a whole process to get excused from sorority recruitment. This is contextually irrelevant. Also, she goes to school an 8-hour drive away. She's ordered a dress from Australia specifically to wear. I wonder where. There's some great dress shops in Australia. After this happened, I'm talking to my buddy and I tell him that my girlfriend is coming and he sends me this text. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we aren't able to give +1s to anyone unless they're like married. If we did, we'd have to add another like 100 people and the word like is in there. 100 people and we're already maxing out the venue space. Sorry, bro. This all happened when I was pretty drunk. I kind of shrugged it off, told him jokingly that we were married and, we'll bring a donation, a big one. I didn't want to disappoint my girlfriend after everything she's gone through to be my +1. I'd plan on going and bringing my girlfriend. Would that be a dick move? Obviously, I know the day is not about me, so I'm trying not to go alone though, but it's silly to have a venue where +1s aren't allowed.
The answer is yes. It would be a dick move to bring your girlfriend. Girlfriend?
Yes.
So he says girlfriend, but he also in there said wife.
Yeah, pretending because after the text message, he said, sorry, only +1s if you're like married.
Right. Okay.
So then he jokingly said, but we are married,
Okay. So yeah, if you're told not to do something and you do it, yeah, that's not okay. That's the wrong thing to do. Let me just have a think in here. Oh, someone said don't bring someone, you bring them. Is that a dick move? Let me think about it. Yeah, it is. I asked if I could bring someone to your house. They said no because they don't want them there. Oh, I brought them anyway. Is that a dick move? Yeah, that's a dick move. Oh, you don't want to ride the roller coaster with me and I'm pulling you on instead? Oh, that's a dick move.
So the next part of this
On the roller
podcast
coaster.
will just be Adam tapping his face.
So
if
please,
that's-
yeah, is this wrong? Yeah, is wrong. Is wrong. Is wrong.
Especially after you've had the conversation. I do understand that when you get an invite in the mail, sometimes where they have the names is very hard to comprehend who is actually invited. And this has happened recently. Too bad that I'm a celebrant and most of my weddings can't go to weddings anyway. But a really extravagant, beautiful, I'm pretty sure that material is suede. The envelope with a wax seal.
Wow.
No name on the front. It was just the
Whoa.
initials of the couple.
Okay.
And then on the inside, it had just my husband's name.
Yeah.
So very clear on the invite, that I was not invited. That's okay. I'm already booked and I can't wait to go to Q Station to celebrate.
It is harsh, but it's like if they've only put one name on the invite, that is the person that is invited. That's the rule of thumb.
Also,
That's how
if
it
it's
works.
on the envelope, how quickly do you take that
Yeah.
invite out and recycle the envelope?
You got to
And if
always
you're
recycle.
like me,
You're going to recycle.
I'm sending that bin out to the garbage every day.
Every day.
That envelope is gone.
Every day you do it?
Every day.
Every day. Okay, that's good.
Every day.
That's great.
I saw a mouse in my house once, so
Oh,
I take no
I saw
risks.
a mouse in my house and I pounce.
Wrong sound.
So I actually had this with a friend recently who was asking if his partner was invited to this wedding that we are going to because on the envelope, it's just said his name. And he's like, it's all good. I just, it's kind of awkward. I just want to know. I don't want to rock up. And I was like, it just says your name. That means no. Because then I got mine that said Adam and Ange. So that was like
Ange
clear.
made the cut.
Yeah. Well, we
He
were
shoots
together
and
for
scores.
13 years. It's also like the way I think about it. Yes, I think married couples probably invites, but it's also like where the link is.
Not
So, like,
always.
yeah, I know, but where the link is, right? Let's say it's just like
Yeah, true.
we're just inviting, you're kind of on the outer, and it's like we're inviting 5 of our work colleagues. They're going to sit on the table together without partners because it's just like, they just got the invite. If we invite partners and it's 10 people and we just really want the work colleagues there because we don't know the partners. I kind of get that if there's a group of people who don't get the +1. In a certain group where it's like, no, we're inviting everyone's +1, everyone's partners except for one. It's kind of like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
I wondered if it was because I was the celebrant for his ex-wife.
Okay, that might be it. That might do it. That might do it. Yeah. That might do it. Yep. I just got to think. Yeah, that's the reason why. That you're. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the reason why you're not invited is because you did that wedding. Remember that? Remember the time you did the ex-wife's wedding? Oh, I don't know why I'm not invited to the wedding. Oh, by the way, I like that you just dropped that bomb at the end of that. By the way, I think the friend who the partner was invited was totally cool. He just wanted to know what was going on.
So you just have to
He's
ask.
like, yeah. And then it's like, he's not going to bring his partner, of course, because like the partner doesn't really know the couple. So it's kind of cool. Like he doesn't really mind.
I guess didn't get the.
Can I tell you a funny story, which is exactly what you just did to me, was tell me a whole story and then give me information that was relevant at the end. I had a whole conversation with a friend. I'm not going to say who it is because I don't know if everyone knows this, who recently got kind of engaged. And I'm on the phone to him for 20 minutes. This friend, very close friend, 20 minutes. I'm talking about the television show Severance and theories about it for 20 minutes. If you haven't watched Severance, this is the official Severance podcast. Anyway, and then after 20 minutes, he goes, I guess I probably should tell you. We kind of got engaged. I was just like, what are you talking about? I have been talking about this TV show for 20 minutes and now you drop in that you're engaged? Kind of?
I'm not surprised
What? Why?
because you are such a great conversationalist.
Because he got lost in conversation or because I didn't shut up when he was just trying to get a word in.
A little bit of column A,
That's
a
why
little bit
through
of
this
column
at the end of
B.
this 20-minute episode, Jordan's going to be like, oh, by the way, I'm pregnant.
No, I'm not going to say that. But
Oh, we'll say
if
that
there
now.
is news, people should text you.
What was this story?
What I was going to say is I worked at a wedding a few months ago where a guest didn't ask the question, is my partner invited?
Yeah.
Didn't ask another friend, didn't check his invite and just brought the +1. This couple were amazing. I know celebrants say they shouldn't have favourites, but we do. And this couple were one of the loveliest couples I've ever worked with. They were amazing and I would do anything for them. They're amazing.
Well, it's also sometimes when you RSVP and they have those wedding websites, when you log on, it'll be like who's coming and it'll have the names listed there.
Yes.
So it'll be pretty clear. You log on, it just says Adam or it says Adam and Ange. You have to click who's coming to the wedding.
Totally.
So, yeah, it's kind of a few steps where you're not getting the message.
Stationery is very expensive.
Yeah.
To do personalised stationery is even more expensive.
Yeah.
But it does sound like doing a digital invitation could help to avoid this.
And I just want to put on record, you can invite who you want and who you don't want to be there. Or not for that reason, but it's like we are paying money and if we don't know people, I did it at our wedding. Like I had friends ask if they could bring their partners and I actively said no. Not for the reason of I don't like them. It's like we just don't have the budget and space for them. And they were like, yeah, sweet, it's totally fine. It's like, yeah, I think it's fine not to invite every single partner because then it blows out to people. And, you might not know the partner and then you're inviting people you don't know.
In saying
So
that,
yeah, I think it's cool.
like vows, it's all point in time.
Yeah.
You know, our wedding was however many
true.
years ago. I've said this, I listened back to an episode and I was like, why did I say 7? I'm pretty sure we've been married for 9.
Yeah.
I don't even know anymore. Anyway, we've been married a long time and I look at our guest list and I know that it would have changed because of the friends that we've met along the way. Not because we're, you know, ditching people that we don't have in our lives. We certainly do have that. But, you know, friends for a reason and friends for a season. Yeah,
Yeah, it's good.
yeah, do you like
I
that?
like that.
Yeah. It's something that I really live by. It's really important. And with your wedding, it's exactly the same. It's all a point in time and you will not always have the same people in the future. So look at who you love and is going to bring a great vibe to your day. And if you think that friend is going to have a really great time, then maybe their partner should.
Yeah. Yeah, and maybe you can also invite them at a later date if people drop out and say, oh, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's your wedding. Do what you want. So these people are absolutely fine for not inviting the partner. The verdict was asshole, right?
Yeah, that
This
he's an
guy's
asshole.
Yeah, you can't just bring your partner with you. And when you know, if it was a mistake, yeah. And it's like my friend checked in to make sure and it's like, yeah, you know now. But if it wasn't a mistake, he's just being a dick.
Yeah, he's been told not to bring the partner. So then he's jokingly lied and said, but we are married and I'm totally going to bring her.
Yeah. Yeah, screw you. Hey, screw you. Mum still hasn't called me saying she listens, so
She likes a lot of the stories.
my mum loves Instagram. Every morning I wake up to 3 or 4 reels in my inbox from mum. She lies in bed every morning and scrolls reels, and then she sends everyone in the family personalized reels of what they'll enjoy in the morning. So we don't get the same ones. It's like, I got this one.
Oh.
Today's reel was someone dancing to Return to Sender from Elvis Presley with their pants pulled up too high. And mum said, this just ruined my favorite song.
Anything that you'd like?
Return to Sender. My mum took me to the Elvis...
At what point are you going to cut him off, Oscar? Thanks for listening.
God, we're so happy that you listened. And if you want to see a little bit more, make sure you follow us on our socials.
We have TikTok and Instagram, and you can find us at Left on Wed Podcast.
And if you want a little bit more from just us, you can follow Georgia at Georgia Fletcher Weddings.
And follow Adam at Married by Adam.
Oh my goodness, we're everywhere. And if you love it, rate, review, subscribe, whatever all the cool kids do it for us because we love you more than you love us. Validate us. We, Adam and Georgia, would like to take a moment to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, the Guringai people, on which we're recording today.
We pay our respects to their elders past and present, and we recognise their ongoing connection to the land, sea and community.
As we share our stories of love and connection, we honour the oldest continuous culture in the world.
And we celebrate the storytelling traditions that have been passed down through the generations.
It is such a privilege to create on this country, and we are so grateful to be here today.
Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.